I'm Susan. I participated in the tag swap hosted by Carol of Oak House Journal, and I had two partners. So I'm cutting my tags. I cut them 4 by 8. And on this tag, I covered it with clear gesso so that when I added inks on there, I didn't have to worry too much about them soaking through. Next, I'm applying texture paste through a stencil. And I'm just using cardstock scrapbooking paper for my tags. And I just smooth it out and dry it. And you do want to wash your stencils after using texture paste so that you don't ruin them. Now, I love Carol's channel, and I highly recommend you go and check her out. She is so talented, and she amazes me the time and effort and thought she puts into her projects. And she really has beautiful work. I'll have her channel listed in my description box down below. Once I dry it, I cut my tag shape. And I do go ahead and put in an eyelet, but I really should have waited. I got ahead of myself, but it all worked out in the end. Now I use drawing inks to decorate this tag and to color it. And I use the colors green, peacock blue, purple, and brown. And I just drip, and then I come back and I spritz with water and just try to get it to cover and move and flow and just get it to do what I thought would look pretty. Once I was happy with the colors, I dried it, and I was really pleased with how vivid the inks made this. Now I was going to let my other tag dry even more, make sure it was completely dry, and I start on my second tag. And it's pretty much done the same way as the first tag. It's 8 by 4. My supervisor was checking in on me, and I just pretty much did it like the other tag, but in a completely different style. This was a craft paper cardstock scrapbook paper, and I used a different stencil for it, but I also did the texture paste just like I had on the other tag. I did not worry about adding the clear gesso on this one because I was not using the inks on this one. I was going to use the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide sprays. And a little bit of the color that was on my stencil transferred into the paste, but it really didn't matter at all. And now I'm just trying out different pictures, and I was really drawn to this purple. This helped me to decide what color oxide sprays I wanted to use. And the colors I used in the Distress Oxides were Wilted Violet, Spun Sugar, Shabby Shutters, Peacock Feathers, and I used a Distress Mica spray in Antique Bronze. And I just let it drip and just played around with the sprays until I was happy with what I had. And I did dry them in between applications. come back to my first card and I add some of that mica, distressed mica spray in the antique bronze just to give a few highlights and stuff to the card because I love the way it made it shimmer. I come back to my other tag and I just continue playing. And at this point, I just go back and forth between tags, doing what needs to be done or whatever strikes my fancy at that time. I'm basically working on both cards at the same time. But one may be drying as I'm doing something else, and I just, whatever I need to do, I do. Now the fun part of decorating them comes in. And I did contemplate putting this image on this tag with the purple because of the purple in the tag. But then I decided just to go with something different that I loved. So I decided to go back to the second tag and put this image on it instead. But I just kept playing around until I decided what I wanted to do. I did decide it was time for my gold splatters and my black splatters. That seems to be my thing that I just really love to do. And I just think it helps it pop. Now I'm going to also water down some white gesso and splatter some of it on my card as well. I do the same process with the splatters on my other tag as well. And now I proceed to ink and decide how I'm going to decorate my cards and adding lace, cheesecloth, different things to it, just playing around with it until I'm happy with the way it looks. Now I just want to kind of finish it off with gilding wax in gold, and I just go around my card and I just hit the highlights on the where I had done the texture paste. And I really love how these cards turned out, and the people that I swapped it with, the ladies that I swapped it with, they both said that they loved their card, so I'm so happy. Now, I did cover the back to make it look neater. I covered it with some more cardstock, and it also helped make everything sturdy. And I just used like a beige, a very, very light beige cardstock to back this. And this is why I should have waited on the eyelet. I got ahead of myself, but like I made it work, so it was fine. And I also sewed around my tags as well. I was going to use this eyelet yarn for my topper, but I really wasn't happy with the way it looked. It just didn't fit. And then I remembered I had some sari silk, and I ended up using that. So here they are finished, and I really love how they turned out, and I was very happy with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Ring that bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. Be sure and check out Carol's channel, and it's at Oak House Journals. I'll have it listed in my description box down below. So y'all have a great and wonderful day, and until next time, bye y'all.